Eli, how has winning a second Super Bowl impacted you?
You know, I don't think it's impacted me. Obviously, you know, it's always the goal. I was very proud of our team last year and the way we responded towards the end of the season when everything was on the line to go out there and play our best football and finish strong. But you know, I think the team has a mentality this year that we got to get better. We got to improve. We're better than the 7-17 that we were at one point last year. We got to play, you know, like the team that finished the season 6-0. That's the team that we got to be week in and week out, be more consistent. And so, you know, we've worked hard to make sure we're playing at our highest level, and obviously looking forward to this opening game Wednesday night versus Dallas in our own stadium to open up the 2012 season. Should be a great environment, and looking forward to kick off the season.
What would you say is different for you going into an NFL season a second time as the defending Super Bowl champion?
You know, I think this off season I've had the same mentality. I got to work hard and I got to improve. You know, I look at every play last year and try to analyze it and see what I can do better. What I can, you know, with certain you know, plays that you run, how can I improve on this play? You know, how can I make better decisions and make sure our offense is you know, converting third downs and eliminating turnovers. So you know, I don't look at the end result. I look at every, you know, little tiny play and dissect that and try to, you know, make sure that I'm improving on my game.
What is the one thing that you really want to improve on?
Just eliminating turnovers. You know, we saw that kind of during that stretch through the playoff run. You know, we had one turnover as an offense in those 4 games, and so and obviously won those 4 games in the playoffs. So, you know, Coach Coughlin always talks about ball security, eliminating the turnovers, and how that leads to victories. And you know, it's definitely you know, proven. And so I just have to get it in my mindset not to force things when things aren't there. You know, just throw it away, take a sack. Anything's better than turning the ball over. So you know, sometimes you know, you get a bad break, but you know, I can control my decision making, and so just trying to eliminate the bad plays.
You know, you mentioned the Cowboys, so sticking with your opponent. Back in July, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones encouraged folks to come watch the Cowboys kick your teams behind. We know that's not really what he said, but how did that sit with you at the time, and what kind of impact has that had on the team?
You know, it doesn't take much for us to get fired up to play the Cowboys. So, you know, anything that an owner or player says is not going to have much impact on us. You know, they're a division rival. It's the first game of the season coming up. You know, we're going to be fired up for this game. We know they're a talented team. We know they have good players on both sides of the ball. And, you know, we know that we have to play our best football if we expect to win. So, you know, that's how we're going into this game. And you know, there's always bulletin board material that they might say that we'll put up for the players to know that they're talking a little bit, but you know, it's going to come down to how we perform on that Wednesday night to whether we win or lose.
Replacement officials will be working Wednesday night. They're working their hardest, but there have been a lot of miscues. So, Eli, how big a concern is it for you knowing replacement refs will work week 1?
You know, I think for the players, all we can concern ourselves with is doing our job, knowing the game plan and going out there and playing our best football. That's all we can worry about. If you're, you know, you can't concern about that, you can't worry about that or make excuses. We got to do our job and make sure, you know, and they got to, you know, hopefully will do their job to the best of their ability. So that's something Coach Coughlin, you know, will worry about and talking to them. But all we can concern ourselves with is going out there and playing our best football.
So 2 Super Bowl titles apparently doesn't earn you headlines anymore in New York when Tim Tebow is in town. Eli, what are your thoughts about that? Do you want some of that limelight back?
No, I like how things are. And, you know, it seems like in the New York media, if you're doing things the correct way, if you're you know, being a good guy and doing things you know, nicely and correctly, that you tend to stay out of the papers. You know, they like the the gossip. They liked when the controversy. That's what gets in the paper. So we're trying to stay out of that. We don't want controversy at the Giants. We're trying to work hard, make sure we're winning games and playing our best football. And if that doesn't make it into the headlines, that's fine by us.
What kind of advice, Eli, would you give to Mark Sanchez?
I tend to give my advice to my own players and try to help out my teammates. And, Mark's going to do fine. He's going to work hard, and that's all you can do. He's a young quarterback and still, and he's got room for improvement, but we all do. And he'll have a good season and have success in the NFL.
When you look at yourself and you look at your brother Peyton, it's really two extremes. You trying to follow up a championship season and your brother starting over with a new team. What advice have you given your brother? Peyton doesn't need any advice from me, and we talk a lot, and it's great to have a best friend and a brother who plays the same position and has the same job as you do, because there's only so many people you can talk to that understand what it's like to play quarterback in the NFL. So I'm really just looking forward to seeing Peyton play football again. I look forward. Obviously when we play this week on a Wednesday, he'll be playing on Sunday. I'll get to go and watch him on DirecTV and watch his games throughout the season. So it was hard for me last year not being able to watch him play week in and week out. So I'm looking forward to those opportunities to see him back in uniform and him playing at a high level. What has surprised you most about what he has been able to do so far with the Broncos?
Nothing surprises me anymore with Peyton, and he's a guy who has worked extremely hard to get back to this situation and playing quarterback again. And just watching him in that first preseason game, dropping back, going through his progression, making a deep sideline throw to his left, that was exciting for me to see that, because I know how hard he's worked to get back in uniform and playing football. And so he's gone through a lot, and just proud of him and how he's handled the whole situation. And I'll be rooting for him hard this year, as I always do, and the Broncos.